So you being back in Calgary. Well, so how long have you been back now?
I've been here since September, full
Okay.
time.
Okay. So you tell me, because would you consider yourself a Calgary artist?
Um, that's a tough question to answer. I wouldn't say that necessarily. I would say I'm a Canadian artist.
There we go. All right. So you being in Calgary and seeing the hip hop here,
Right.
what is your take on the hip hop in Calgary at this present point, the state of it, and what can be done to improve the hip hop in Calgary, not Alberta, in Calgary?
I think push the great ones to the front. The Sinceres, the T Fannies, Cartel Madras, they're doing their thing.
Mm.
But those guys need to be in the forefront. Those guys are really like, if you come to Calgary and somebody asks you who's making great music out here,
Mm.
and you're not naming them, because of the quality of their work,
Yeah.
then that's a misrepresentation of what's going on
So who would
out
you
here.
pick if someone said to you, me being from the UK,
Mm-hmm.
and say like I'm fresh here, and I say, hey, show me 5 artists from Calgary.
Mm-hmm.
Who are you picking?
Sheesh. Well, I have greatness around me,
Yeah.
so you know what I mean. I keep that around me. Sergeant and Comrade,
Mm-hmm.
Yolanda is doing some crazy. Those guys are doing some crazy things over there.
Yeah, I see that.
Shout out to the Mo Gravy team. Sincere, I
Mm-hmm.
love what she's doing. She's just pushing with force, man. There's nothing. I don't think there's anything that can stop her but herself. At this point, T Fanny, she's growing, and I'm not being biased. I've seen her. I've seen her from the very beginning, but she's coming.
Okay.
Alberta or just Calgary?
Just Calgary. I
Oh
just want Calgary.
gosh.
This is what I mean, because if we live here, I want to be able to push the artists that's here.
Oh man, if you want that real like gutter lyricism, I think Half Cut.
I was gonna say that.
Half Cut is that guy.
Yeah. I forgot the video I saw him in not too long ago, but
That guy's a monster.
he was
That
letting
guy's a
off. I
monster.
can't even lie. Yeah. So
That guy,
saying that, then we've got artists in the city.
of course.
So what what's happening? Why are they not being pushed?
Oh man, because you got the wrong people in power too. You got the wrong people in. I mean, you got certain people who don't know the culture,
Yeah.
who don't that are making the choices.
Hmm.
So there's going to be misses.
But do you
You
think
know what I mean?
that?
So if you have somebody that has been in the culture, that's been through it,
Hmm.
you take a dude like Arlo Maverick,
Hmm.
for example. He lives out in Edmonton. He's been in this culture
Hmm.
for a minute, so he has a pulse on who's doing what.
Hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whereas these people in these positions, curators, I guess, they're not out here. They don't go to the shows.
Mm.
They don't, they're not the ones listening to the music.
Hmm.
So it doesn't necessarily mean the people that they are putting in those positions are a representation of what we do.
So you as an artist, how can we change that? Because the thing is, I'm trying to obviously change the dynamic of how things are seen in terms of the culture.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it could be art, it could be music, it could be dance, but I want the people of Calgary to see it in a different sort of light, and that's my aim. So with you as an artist, how can we actually push that to the forefront so we can get those people in the right positions?
I'm only speaking, I guess, from self, but you have to just do your own thing. You have to keep pushing and doing your own thing. You build it, people will come.
But saying that though, I've had a few artists say to me, "There's a glass ceiling in Calgary."
I don't believe that.
You don't think so?
No.
Why is that?
There's the internet. There's no glass ceiling. If being in Calgary or being anywhere, it doesn't matter. You know what I mean? You have access to the same amount of information that somebody in India does.
Mm.
You just have to research
Okay. I don't know. I just thought to myself,
or
especially.
connect and just put your music out there.
But that's the thing. I've seen people try to connect here. I've seen people try to collaborate. and you know the unity is there with the community and everything like that. But I always thought that healthy competition helps, especially in hip hop.
Of course.
I've always thought there being tiers of who's doing what musically in the city. Not to say you're better than them in life.
Of course.
But if someone's lyrically better than you, they should be recognized as they're lyrically better than you.
Okay, so here's the thing. If you're thinking about competition in the city, then you're going to stay in the city. There's a glass ceiling there. If you're going to be the best in the city, then that's the best you can be. You know what I mean? There's nothing above that. So, I mean, you have to broaden your perspective, I guess. Your aim or your targets or your goals, because the world is bigger than Calgary. If you're focused on here, then you're going to stay here.
But hear this then. So, me asking you this then. So, from where I'm from, the whole point was to conquer just one part of London. Not all parts. Right. It was just literally, you're from South London. We need everyone in South London to know who you are.
Right.
Once music started to progress, it was the whole of London. And then other artists started to mix and blend.
Right.
Once we got to that stage, that's when we started thinking worldwide.
Right.
Obviously, times have changed now in a streaming era. Like you said, the internet's there.
Yeah.
But if you're not popping in your own city, do you think that... Don't you think being healthy in your own city can help?
I mean, of course. But no man is seen as a prophet in their own hometown. It's in the Bible. Like, that's just how it goes. You know what I mean? When you're in a city where you have history with somebody, you maybe dated this girl, you smashed this girl who's with this guy, who's jealous of you, who doesn't like you. You know what I mean? There's going to be people that don't support you. That's just how it goes. So why would you, focus on that? You know what I mean? Why would you focus on people? I believe in, honestly, aim from the moon, land amongst the stars. It's everything in between. Calgary's Edmonton, Canada is in between where I'm trying to go. So obviously, if I'm rising, I'm going to have to go through those stages automatically.
Now on my mind, lost in the